Scott here. Going to change the fuel injectors on the Statesman today. It's a WH Statesman 2000 series. Had a lot of problems with this car, and hopefully this is going to fix the problems, which is very bad cold starting and rough idles. Checked all the vacuum hoses, changed air intake sensors, throttle body positioning sensors, spark plugs, leads, cleaned the mass airflow meter, a whole bunch of other bits and pieces just over the last couple of months trying to get it going. So I finally got some fuel injectors and we're going to change them today. Couldn't find anything on YouTube about the Supercharged V6, so I thought I'd make a video. Over here we've got some the tools we're going to need. Got a 10mm socket, extension bar, 10mm spanner, open spanner, of course some fuel injectors. I got these off eBay. Apparently they're original Bosch fuel injectors for the V6 Supercharged. They're Bosch ones, even though the box says VDA, that's how they came. So we've got that. I've got some fuel. Going to need some fuel to lubricate the rings here. So it's just normal lawnmower fuel, just premium, little cup to lubricate them, and that's it. So maybe just get a shot of get the engine. Basically, the fuel injectors sit. There's 3 on each side of the motor. This is one here, one down in there, one there, and then 3 on the other side as well. To get to those, what we've got to do is take off all this stuff here. This is what we call the fuel rail. So in fuel injected cars, the fuel rail sends the fuel from the fuel tank down to each fuel injector. So we've got to get that off so that we can pull the fuel injectors out. Safety first, we're going to be using or working with fuel, and we don't want any sparks. So the first thing we're going to do is relieve all the pressure that's in all of these fuel lines here. And if you read your standard Holden fuel service manual, they tell you how to do it, which is what we're going to do. We're going to start the car, and then we're going to pull the fuel pump relay, and what that will do is the fuel pump will stop and the fuel injectors will keep pumping fuel in until there's none left, and then the car will stall, and then we know that we've lost pressure in here. That's going to make it easier to or a bit safer to pull all this apart. So after we've done that, we're going to disconnect the negative of the battery so we don't have any other sparks and different bits and pieces. So I'll show you the fuel relay. The fuel pump relay is that one right there. So this is a WH Statesman, similar to the VT Commodore, I guess. So we'll start this up. This is part of the problem we're having. Spanner. Take this battery off. Just take the negative off of the battery. Give it a bit of a twist. I just bought this battery new because I thought it might have been some of the problems that I was having. So it didn't fix the problem. But anyway, so that's there out of the way. I'm not going to get any sparks or anything. So. Now apparently I need to take these off, and there's weird connect things, and I bought this from Super Cheap. It's just like a bag of fuel disconnect lines. I've never used them, so size down, see how that goes. Oh, that's better. There we go, that was easy. You can see the fuel leaking out there. So all I did was, oh that's awkward, is give that a push in like that, press that in and then pull that and they came off. That's it. They're now disconnected. Handy little tool. I don't know how much it was. Wasn't expensive, so I bought it. So well worth it. There we go. Okay, so I'm just going to move these. Okay, so they're out of the way. So that's going to give us full access to this fuel rail. Looks like I might have to take this arm off here, off the alternator. Is that 10mm? Yeah. So I might just pop this off. Just gives us a bit more working room. Ooh. There we go. Oh, that's 13mm that one. Let's go get the 13mm. Floppy. Okay, so that's off. So if you don't want to lose these bolts, you can screw them. Sorry, there's nuts. There's a nut there and that bolt off the alternator. You know, you can screw them back in there if you want. If you're worried about losing them. So what I'm going to do is just pop these 10mm bolts off the fuel rail. Just give them a little touch up. Another one down in there. I think you'll find the supercharger bolts are 10mm too, so don't accidentally undo those. So they're loose, and we've also got all this wiring harness stuff here that it's clipped on. I'm going to have to get my long nose pliers into there and pop those off. But at the moment I'm just cracking these nuts, sorry. One there. There's one down the back here. And all this vacuum stuff. This is a 2000 model car, but it's done a lot of K. It's got about 320,000 on it. It's just got lots of problems. That was cheap. Anyway, so I'm just being very patient, just getting these little nuts off. There's one there. I'm just going to put them up here. Another one down here. So it'll just work up. So there's probably a correct order to do this stuff, but I don't know what it is. So I make a video, I can't find anything on the web. Ooh, on the web. Again, so that's loose. Got to pop that one off. There we go. That one's off. Comes pole there, downtown Rivo. sure. But there we go. This is all just going to pop off. What I'm going to do, you'll see these the electrical connections to the fuel injectors. There's got a little bar there you press in and they just pop off. Probably easy to do that when you don't have it in the car. Sorry, when the fuel rolls down. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, that's only 3. I'll do this side before I pull it off. 1, 2, 3. Okay. I might just crack these little things here and pull that harness off. Gives a bit of room. I guess like all these plastic things on these cars, you've got to be careful you don't break them. It is a Holden, so chances of it breaking is pretty good. Pretty good. Alright, so that should just pull up. Disconnect the vacuum line to the fuel regulator. Just tuck that up there. There we go. Now it's quite possible I don't need to take this all the way off, but I'm going to take it out because I want to have a look at it. Here we go. There he's there. Fuel rail. And these are all the fuel injectors. So I'm hoping. Looks like there's some little clips here we can pop off. Possibly maybe should have pulled them off first. And they just pull out. Oops. Sorry, Ashman. Yeah. So some of these were leaking. Not heaps, but they were leaking nonetheless. So it's going to kill me the lawn. Oh. I'll try and get some of that fuel in there. Oops. Oops. There you go. I can use that for lubrication. Bit of Roundup in there. Alright. Pop these off. Another one. Sorry mate, I'll stand up. So they just slide out like that. Now I probably should say that while we've got these out, we really want to make sure that, Ashman, if you get a look in there, where the injectors were sitting, down here, like that, we don't want anything to actually get in there like dust or animals or tools or anything that could be bad. So what I'll probably do is not put them back in like this. Oops, I'll probably put them in the intake and then put this on the top and then put the clips in, I guess. I'm not sure. See how we go. That's that. Mrs. is going to be happy about the fuel dripping all over the kitchen chair. Anyway, there's our 6. Now again, look, I don't actually know that these had it. I've just had enough of the problems. So the cold start just won't idle. It idles a little bit rough when it's, you know, sitting at lights, especially if you put in neutral. It really coughs and splutters. So I figured maybe these are blocked. You can see the rings on there. They've got a lot of deposit on there. So I mean, they probably could do with a clean. But I'm going to put new ones in, get these ones cleaned and renewed, and then I've got another set to play with later.